Okay, imagine this for a second. You're way out there, hundreds of miles offshore. Land is just this shimmering line way back on the horizon. And suddenly, you really need to check a weather pattern. There's a squall maybe coming your way. Or, hey, maybe it's work. You need to jump on a video call, live. Or, the kids just want to stream a movie for years, decades, really, once you sailed past cell tower range, that scenario. It often just became a connectivity black hole. Dead zones, calls dropping, just the digital silence of the sea. But that's changing.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into how mobile satellite internet is just completely transforming things out on the water. And look, this isn't just some small upgrade. It's a massive shift for everyone, really. Small yachts, huge commercial ships, doesn't matter. So our mission today, we're going to unpack this technology. What are the benefits? What gear do you actually need? And why is it such a game changer for maritime life? We want to give you a shortcut to understanding this pivotal shift.
And yeah, maybe throw in a few surprising facts, like how even a small boat can sometimes get better internet now than you might have at home. Get ready for some aha moments.
That's absolutely right. The old challenges, trying to stay connected way out there, especially on the open sea, they were huge. Once you lost that cellular signal, you were pretty much digitally isolated. And that caused real problems. Safety, logistics, even just, the well-being of people on board in a world that increasingly expects instant connection.
Exactly. And that's where mobile satellite internet really sails in, doesn't it, as the solution. So break it down for us. What is it fundamentally? How is it different from the old ways?
Okay, so at its core, mobile satellite internet is basically a communication system. It uses satellites, orbiting satellites, to beam internet access down to vessels, even when they're on the move, which is key. It's become, honestly, indispensable for long-range cruising, for any kind of serious offshore work, and, yeah, even just making luxury yachting much, much better. You get consistent coverage pretty much anywhere on the globe.
Okay, satellites, got it. But for someone actually on the boat, how does that work? Like, practically, do I need some massive dish bolted on? And how does it possibly stay locked onto a satellite when the boat's pitching and rolling all over the place?
Yeah, that's a great question, because the tech has really shrunk. It's come a long way. Yeah. Typically, you'll have a system with a satellite dish, yes, but also a modem and a router. But here's the cool part. The modern systems, they're designed to be really compact, surprisingly so, and energy efficient, which is important on a boat.
Yeah.
And the crucial bit, they have automatic signal tracking. Think of it like a little robotic mount that's constantly adjusting the dish, maybe only the size of a large dinner plate, now keeping it precisely aimed at a satellite thousands of miles up, even if the boat's rocking.
Yeah.
That auto tracking, that's the key to getting that continuous, stable connection.
Ah, okay. So that automatic signal tracking, that means no more like pulling your hair out when your video call freezes just because you hit a decent-sized wave. That really does sound like a massive improvement. What else? What are the other big advantages, the why you need it factors, beyond just, fewer dropped calls?
Yeah, you nailed the big one there. So beyond just seamless calls, you get true global coverage, internet basically anywhere. And this isn't just about watching Netflix, though you can. Think about offshore survey work. It used to take maybe days, cost thousands to transfer huge data files back. Now, maybe 20 minutes. It fundamentally changes how that work gets done. And of course, it means reliable communication for emergencies, staying in touch with family, getting real-time operational data to the crew.
That real-time thing feels huge. And it's not just basic comms now, right? You mentioned high-speed data. What does high-speed actually mean out at sea? Can I genuinely sit on a smooth video conference with my team back on shore? Or is it more like, okay, for basic email and maybe some slow streaming, are there still big limits compared to my fiber at home?
No, we're talking real speed now. Speeds that let you stream movies in proper HD, handle large work files, enjoy online entertainment without those infuriating lags. And this high-speed access boosts safety and security too, significantly. Like, imagine overlaying detailed live radar imagery right on your navigation charts. You can plot a course around a storm cell with incredible accuracy. That was, pretty much unthinkable for most recreational boats just a few years back. And yes, to answer your question directly, a smooth, seamless video conference from the middle of the Atlantic, that's absolutely a reality now.
Right. So it really has shifted from being a luxury item to more of a necessity. Seamless connection isn't just a nice perk for owners or guests anymore. It's kind of expected, isn't it? Whether you're just hopping along the coast or doing a big crossing, being online is just essential for work, for fun, and honestly, just for peace of mind when you're out there.
That's a great way to put it. And look, yes, there's an initial cost, an investment in the equipment. But the long-term value, the benefits, They really stack up and make it worthwhile. Think about that scenario, you're mid-Atlantic, and a critical engine part starts acting up. With this kind of connectivity, your support team shoreside could run remote diagnostics, see the problem, order the exact part to meet you at the next port, maybe even guide you through a temporary fix with live video. That could save you, thousands in towing fees or weeks of delay. Plus, having this tech on board, it can actually increase the resale value of the vessel.
That's a really strong point. And you mentioned scalable pricing, which sounds good. It makes it more accessible. But let's be real. For a lot of people, that initial cost might still feel pretty high. Are there hidden costs or maybe ongoing challenges people don't always think about when they budget for this? And how different are we talking cost-wise and performance-wise between, say, a small weekend sailboat versus a massive commercial freighter?
That's fair. The costs do vary widely. Modern plans are often scalable, based on how much bandwidth you need and where you're cruising. So yeah, a small sailboat's needs and costs are totally different from a super yacht or a working vessel. Some challenges people might not anticipate. Well, power consumption can be a factor, especially on smaller boats with limited battery banks. And sometimes, integrating the new system smoothly with all the other electronics already on board needs professional help, which adds to the cost. But stepping back from just the money, think about the stress reduction for everyone on board. Knowing you have reliable comms, accurate weather, better logistics planning, it makes the whole experience safer, smoother, just better. Operationally and recreationally, it's really hard to put a strict dollar value on that feeling of security and capability.
Yeah, you really can. It sounds like it's about boosting the whole digital experience at sea. Boats today, they're complex. They need advanced digital stuff for crew work, guest entertainment, navigation, all of it. It's not just about having internet anymore, is it? It's about building this really solid onboard network, a connected hub almost.
Exactly. A strong digital backbone is crucial now. A good onboard network needs to handle, say, security cameras streaming footage, multiple people using smart devices at once, smart TVs, media servers. And then there's the whole IoT side, the Internet of Things. Smart sensors may be monitoring bilge levels or engine performance. Now those sensors can push data to the cloud in real time. That allows for things like predictive maintenance alerts, better safety oversight. Plus, it enables easy cloud backups, remote tech support, real-time monitoring of the vessel's systems, even energy use, and connecting seamlessly to things like fleet tracking platforms for commercial operators.
So the vision is basically making the yacht function like a high-tech smart home, just floating.
That's quite something. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk tools, the actual hardware. If someone's thinking, right, I want this powerful connection, what kind of equipment should they be looking at? What are the sort of go-to reliable solutions right now? Okay, yeah, good question. For a really robust setup, you'd likely start looking at things like the Starlink Flat High Performance Kit that uses a LEO constellation low Earth orbit satellites, which is why it offers such high bandwidth and its coverage footprint is growing rapidly. It's great for yachts going to more remote places where older satellite tech might struggle. Then you might look at something called an MDS Blender, which isn't for making smoothies on board. It's a smart device, kind of like an internet traffic cop. It can blend multiple internet sources together, satellite, maybe 4G, 5G, cellular when you're near shore, even marina Wi-Fi. It manages all that for redundancy, switching automatically to give you the most stable, reliable connection possible.
Right. Blending sources make sense. And routers are still key in this chain, I assume, even with fancy satellite dishes.
Oh, absolutely. Routers like the Peplink Max BR1 5G are really important to handle the smart bandwidth management. They ensure you get consistent speeds, let you prioritize traffic. So, for example, you can make sure a critical navigation data download always gets priority over someone streaming a movie, if needed. And while the new LEO systems like Starlink are getting a lot of attention, we shouldn't forget VSAT systems. Very small aperture terminal. They still have a really important role, especially as super reliable backup, often with global coverage guarantees. Now, VSAT uses geostationary satellites, which are much further away, so there's higher latency, it's a slight delay, but they offer incredible reliability, often with enterprise-grade service-level agreements, particularly crucial in very remote areas. Ultimately, choosing the right mix of gear really depends on the vessel, where it's going, and what you need to do online.
It sounds like we're definitely past the days of just getting a slow trickle of data. Are we really talking full-on broadband speeds, even hundreds of miles out? I remember years ago trying to download just one weather chart update on an old system.
Yeah.
It felt like, I don't know, watching paint dry took forever. Is that kind of painful experience truly behind us now?
Oh, absolutely behind us. Yes, we're talking genuine broadband connectivity now, and it's completely changed things. A massive leap from those old school, slow GEO satellite links where, yeah, even sending a simple email could take minutes. Now, with these faster, lower latency connections, your boat really can feel like an extension of your office or your living room. It supports high-speed data transfer for everything, nav systems, real-time weather, live video feeds for security or support. You can stream HD video, transfer huge files quickly, get real-time software updates for all your onboard systems. And yes, run modern collaboration apps like Zoom, Teams, stream Netflix, all without those frustrating interruptions, even when you're way offshore.
Okay, so the equipment is amazing, but getting it installed, especially on a boat with all the movement and harsh environment, that sounds like it needs to be done right to work well. What are the really critical things to consider when planning an installation?
It is absolutely critical. Professional installation is really key for getting maximum performance and avoiding issues like interference or signal loss down the road. Some key planning points. Well, antenna placement is huge. It needs to be somewhere open, clear view of the sky, no obstructions like masts, radar domes, or other big bits of equipment blocking the signal path. And this is crucial. You have to use high-quality, marine-grade cables and connectors. Everything needs to be properly weatherproofed. The saltwater environment, the constant vibration, the UV exposure. It's brutal on equipment. Using the right ruggedized components prevents corrosion and wear, extending the system's life and ensuring it actually performs as expected. Skimping here will just lead to headaches and costly fixes later on.
Makes sense. Thinking about different use cases, for luxury yachts, it feels like internet has totally gone past being just a nice-to-have. It's baseline now, right? Owners expect the same level of service they get at home or in their office, no matter where they are on the planet.
That's exactly right. For the luxury market, tailored solutions are the norm. They expect high-speed streaming for multiple entertainment zones, totally secure VPN access for conducting business, seamless integration with all the onboard smart home tech, IoT devices, the works. The goal is to provide that completely seamless, high-performance, home-like internet experience, whether they're anchored in a remote bay or crossing an ocean.
And then flipping to the other end, maybe commercial vessels or serious long-distance cruisers going truly beyond the horizon. Offshore internet is obviously vital there.
It's non-negotiable, really. It provides those essential, reliable communication channels for safety and emergencies. Real-time data for navigation, critical weather routing. It supports remote monitoring and diagnostics of engines and systems, which is huge for operational efficiency and preventing breakdowns. In many remote regions, satellite is literally the only option for reliable comms. So yeah, it's not just about keeping in touch. It's fundamental to optimizing maritime operations, everything from detailed fleet tracking and logistics to monitoring fuel burn in real time.
Okay, so pulling this all together, for anyone listening who's thinking about getting a system or upgrading what they have, what are the absolute must-ask questions, the key factors they need to weigh up to make sure they get reliable, uninterrupted connectivity that actually meets their needs?
Right, number one has to be coverage. You must verify that the service provider actually offers solid coverage in all the areas you plan to cruise. Don't just look at the main routes. Think about those remote anchorages or offshore passages too. Second, really think through your bandwidth requirements. Be honest about what you'll actually do online. Is it just basic email and weather checks? Or are you planning to work remotely full-time with lots of video calls, stream movies every night? The speeds you need will vary hugely.
Good points. And don't forget about making sure all the tech plays nicely together, right? Compatibility.
Couldn't agree more. That's number three, equipment compatibility. Make sure the new satellite system will integrate properly with your existing onboard network, your navigation instruments, your smart devices, security cameras, everything. And finally, maybe most importantly, the provider's reputation. Don't just go for the cheapest option. Choose a trusted provider. Look for one with a proven track record of reliability, good customer support, and specific experience in the challenging maritime environment. Things go wrong on boats. You need support you can count on.
Yeah, really digging into both the tech specs and the provider's real-world performance and support seems absolutely essential for safety and just for actually enjoying your time on the water without tech frustrations. So let's wrap this up. It's clear mobile satellite internet has just fundamentally rewritten the rules for maritime travel, hasn't it? It's brought genuine global connectivity within reach, boosting safety, comfort, operational efficiency across the board. It really feels like a new chapter for life at sea, which leads to a final thought. Given how incredibly fast this technology is evolving, I mean, look how far we've come from just a few years ago. How might our whole relationship with the open sea change even more in the future? As this connectivity becomes truly seamless, maybe even invisible, ubiquitous, what new possibilities might open up? For remote living, for exploration, for commerce on the water, things we maybe can't even quite imagine today.